Thank you very much. Okay, I turn your attention now from the drives. I turn now to attention to our controls world. Before I start here with my presentation, I want to show you here today the Speed7 Studio software in collaboration with our OPC UA. How we handle it, how we can configure it. And before I start, for those that didn't know me, my name is Costa. I'm the Technical Competence Manager, and since this year also for several countries responsible as a Channel Partner Manager. So my personal opinion about this session, and thank you very much, Daniel, that to give me the chance that I'm here, I can also present something. I very much appreciated this session, who calls EEC, European Engineering Conference, because this enthusiasm and all these participants, all these inputs and the spirits, this motivate me from time to time, always more and more and more. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, now we are today here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Speed7 Studio and how it works. I have here also prepared some items for you. I have here a micro PLC M13 and a card. Now I need only to switch the camera to see now my application. I share my screen. And here is my application. I have here prepared a micro PLC and I have here also a VSC card. So the first thing, what is very important is that if you want to use an OPC function, then it's mandatory to use a VSC card from our Yaskawa controls portfolio. Then we need to insert in our PLC this card, and we need also to make a audio reset. You see that it is blinking and static and active again, and the flashing is faster than before. That means they have recognized now our VSC card. Now it's ready for our OPC server. So I change now my camera. Go directly to my Speed7 Studio software. And we create now a new software. I use here the latest version of the Speed7 Studio, the version 1.9, Service Pack 2, Update 1. Very intuitive. I open a new project and we can call it here OPC for EEC session. We confirm it with OK. Okay, now we are in our Speed7 Studio work area. On the left side, you find always our project tree. In the middle, our work area, our editor. And on the right side, the properties, hardware configuration, and so on. On the top, you see here our menu bar and also our icon bar, 2 lines. And on the bottom here, if you have some errors or some warnings, you will get a logging events on the bottom. So now we have created a new project and we add under the project tree our PLC. I click on Add New Device, appears a new window, and I select my PLC. This is the M13 with the N01, and you have here also catalog informations. Okay, I confirm it with OK. And then we go directly to the hardware configuration. In this hardware configuration, you see this is a photorealistic hardware configuration. That means what you have in your cabinet, you see also in the software the hardware configuration. It looks like nice. So I have minimized a little bit my hardware configuration. The next step now is I bring now my PLC with the laptop in the same IP range, so they can build up a connection and he can then communicate. How we do it? We go directly to our icon bar, this is second line, and click under Device Properties. Then appears here a new window, and under Accessible Partners, you find your network interfaces, who you need to select, and also your IP range. So in my case, I have here a USB to Ethernet cable to connect it to my PLC, and my IP range are here 10.0.0.100. That means my IP range is everything without the 100 in the end. So, next step, I search in my network all components with a MAC address and what are connected via Ethernet. In my case, it's only the PLC. You see here also a bar, a green line, it's running here, and they search. Okay, now it's finished. That means we can now select and we can change this 4x0 to our IP range. We click here under IP address 10.0.0. For instance 50. We confirm it again with set. And this time when we click set, they set the IP address to our PLC and here refresh again and search again all hardware components in our network. You see again also the green line, the bar with the green light here, it's running and now it's stopped. Okay, I can mark now this PLC with our IP address and I can apply it directly to our hardware configuration. I click here only, apply the settings. Have been applied. Say OK and we can close right now this window. Okay, now we can save this project. Next step now for our OPC UA server, what we need is to go directly to our server configuration. This is the third part. You have the possibility here now to select the web visualization or OPC UA. I click here OPC UA and add this server in our project tree. We need also to select now the Ethernet port. Maybe you have a Profinet and a PGOP port. It depends the PLC. In my case I have a micro PLC and there I have active server CPU and I select it there. I click on OPC UA. We say here now to save it. Okay, now I go directly to my project tree on the left side, open the tree, you see here our OPC UA configuration. It's now included. Now we need to configure and you set the security inside there. I open now my OPC UA config and click to the first server settings. You see here you have two topics, connection and certificate. We start with connection. General logins. If you want anonymous, if you want with user, password, and so on. In my case, I show you with a user and a password logging. I change also here the name of my application. You can say here, for instance, OPC. The network endpoint port, it's here at default port 4840, but it's up to you if you want to change it. It's not mandatory to use this port number. The third settings point here is the security. I click here the basic 256 SHA, and on the right side you have also the possibility to select signed and encrypted or both. It's up to you how security and how encrypted do you want it. More information about these two selections you found in the manual about this basic 256 security. In my case, I use now sync and go to the last topic, that is security check overrides. If you know in the network who are the OPC UA have some overrides and you know if the client wants to connect, he get an error, then you can ignore some securities. You click only here the ignoration what you need. In my case, I know I have nothing. I go directly to my certificate. I save it again, my project, save is safe. Now we create our certificate. We click here the create a new certificate button or icon. Automatically appears a new window and here you see what is mandatory to fill out. Okay, common name, for instance, I can write here Yaskawa. Organization, okay, YCP. Okay, I can say also here the country, Germany. It's not mandatory. The second point here, OPC information. If you know in the network who are the OPC UA, server have a domain names, then please put it in this box here. In my case, I don't have it. I put here the second box, the IP address from my PLC. This is 10.0.0.50. You see automatically also the red what you see on the right side, it's gone. Last but not least, we have also the certificate settings. You have here the possibility 2024 or 2048, it's up to you. How strengths do you need? Also the signature algorithm from 1 up to 512. Certificate validity, it's from 1 to 5 years. It's up to you. How long do you need? So I have now confirmed the configuration, and you see automatically our configuration. The second button here shows the certificate. You can download this certificate to save it on your laptop, or you can also check all what you have configured. This is sometimes important. They need the IT department. They know the certificate so they can open the ports and how it works with this certification. Okay, we can close this window. Go directly to our user management. The user management is now, you have now created the OPC server on our PLC, and you have configured here the clients who can connect or build up a connection to this server. And here, the only thing what you need is to click here this icon to add a new user. I create now the name from this user, for instance Costa, this is my name, and OPC as password, OPC. And this one I can save OPC. No rule, that's right. How you see here, we have also rules about this client. You have operator and observer. This operator C means you have read and write permission. The observer means you have only to read permission, not more. Okay, I have operator for both, and here we can save now the client. And you see here the user list. Here you don't have a limitation about clients. It's up to you how many do you want to use here in the list, and you see then also all the users, and of course also the role about that. The second topic here, role management, you find what is an operator and what is an observer. Okay, so far I save now this project. We can compile this project. Okay, very nice. Next step is now this data container, what we have configured, and of course the OPC container to bring together and to transfer it in our PLC. How we do it? On our project tree, right side, right mouse click on our PLC project, and we transfer everything to our PLC. I click on this, you see again, and to check your interfaces from the laptop and the IP range, if it is in the same IP range. You have the possibility to make a test connection. I click on this. If everything is successful or not, in my case, yes. And then we can transfer this one in our PLC. Okay, this message you can ignore, because before I start this session here, I have made a factory reset, and this is the reason, because you don't have a name. You say always here yes, and then they go ahead with to create the STBs, the OPC project, and to transfer everything now in our PLC. Okay, now they are finished with my OPC UA, and they have transferred without any errors. We can check this on the web page from this PLC. All control products have a web page, and how easy you can get it. You write in the browser, up to you which do you want to use, the IP address. Now we are on this PLC. You see all technical data, firmware, software, and so on from this PLC. In my case, we check our OPC UA. You see here, OPC UI project is loaded, here, the blue mark, and no conflict project on the SD, and everything is released here. Okay, and you see also the IP address, the end port from the OPC UI. Very nice, that means everything is fine from our Speed7 Studio and everything is with success transferred in our PLC. So, you have now two possibilities with a client to build up a connection. One possibility is from our OPC, from our Speed7 Studio. They have also a client, but it is very easy that you say, okay, this is in software included, that works. But I have here prepared an external OPC UA, the UA Expert. This UA Expert is also free of charge. This client, you can upload it directly on UA Expert. And of course, it's not mandatory to use UA Expert. It's up to you which client, OPC UA client you want to use. We support all clients. Okay, in this UA client, it's nothing configured. The first step here is to say server and add a new client. Go directly to my advanced settings. There, important are here the endpoint URL is 10.0.50, it's right, and also my port number. Important are here the settings from the clients must be the same as the OPC OA server, what you have configured. We have configured the basic 256 and sync, that's right. I go back to my Speed7 Studio to show you it. And you see here, that's right, sync, and we have basic 256. Go back again to my UA client, and here you see we have anonymous or with username and password. We have here Costa OPC UA as password. We say now here, okay, and automatically comes this certification, comes a response from our server. They say, here we have one client who want to build up a connection. Now we say here, trust the server, because the server knows these logins from us, and automatically the certificate is valid and successfully with good here. Confirm with continue. After a few seconds, we have also the connection then to our OPC UA. You see here on the left side, here, exactly. Okay, now you see we have a connection to our Speed7 Studio, with our Speed7 Studio to our micro PLC. I'll show you now also a value, for instance, the operating mode. We click here on the PLC 01 operating mode, and on the right side, we check right now the value from the hardware switch. This is now in stop. We can check in the camera right now. This is here. We change the camera. This is right because this is stop, this is value 0. Now we change to run the PLC. Okay, now it's run, and we check in our OPC UA client the value. Okay, we need to do refresh the value, and you see our PLC now in run. And now we have built up the connection we have now configured very fast, smart, quick, and in few steps the OPC UA server. And of course, we have used our external OPC UA client to our server here to build up.
Okay, Costa, I think there are no further questions. Thanks a lot for your presentation and contribution. As always, we appreciate it.
Thank you very much also from my side, Daniel, and thank you also for the interest, the time from the participants, and it was a pleasure also to present something. And in the next time, I create also a OPC UA video to our homepage, to our Yaskada YouTube channel. Under controls, you find it then. Please, if you have time and you want to configure it, please take a look there also.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much so far. Bye, your Costa.